Some footballers are remembered for their goals. Some are remembered for their trophies. Others are remembered for their skill. Bryan Robson is remembered for something else. Leadership. When Manchester United needed inspiration, they looked to Bryan Robson. When England needed a captain, they looked to Bryan Robson. When a match needed changing, they looked to Bryan Robson. That is why football gave him a nickname few players ever earn: Captain Marvel. Born in Chester Street, England, in 1957, Robson quickly developed a reputation as a player who refused to accept defeat. He possessed determination that few players could match. From an early age, he understood that talent could win matches. Character could win careers. His professional journey began with West Bromwich Albion. There, Robson's all-action style quickly caught attention. He could tackle. He could pass. He could score. Most importantly, he could lead. Soon, the biggest clubs in England were interested. In 1981, Manchester United made him Britain's most expensive footballer. The pressure was enormous. The expectations were huge. But Bryan Robson never looked intimidated. Instead, he embraced the responsibility. Manchester United were searching for a leader, a player capable of dragging the team forward when things became difficult. They found exactly that. Week after week, Robson led by example. He tackled harder, ran further, fought longer. He demanded the best from everyone around him. The supporters loved him. His teammates trusted him. His managers relied on him. Because Bryan Robson never asked others to do something he wouldn't do himself. He was always first into the battle. One thing defined his career more than almost anything else: courage. Robson played through pain. He battled injuries. He suffered setbacks that would have ended many careers. Yet somehow he always returned. For England, he became captain, the leader of his country, the player expected to carry the hopes of millions. And when England needed a fast start at the 1982 World Cup, Robson delivered. Just 27 seconds into England's opening match against France, he scored. It remains one of the fastest goals in World Cup history. Big stage, big moment, big player. Throughout the 1980s, Robson became one of the most complete midfielders in football. He could defend. He could attack. He could dominate matches. And he could inspire those around him. Many footballers had more natural talent. Few had greater influence. Then came the arrival of Sir Alex Ferguson, a manager determined to transform Manchester United. Every great manager needs leaders on the pitch. Ferguson had Bryan Robson. Together they helped lay the foundations for what would become one of football's greatest dynasties. The trophies eventually arrived. FA Cups. European success. Silverware that Manchester United supporters had craved for years. And at the center of it all stood Captain Marvel. Leading. Driving. Inspiring. Football fans often talk about goals, assists, records, statistics. Those things matter, but they don't fully explain Bryan Robson. What explains Bryan Robson is influence. The ability to make everyone around him better. The ability to raise standards. The ability to lead. Today, many Manchester United supporters still place him among the greatest captains in the club's history. Some place him at the very top. Not because he won the most trophies, but because of what he represented. Commitment. Determination. Leadership. Football has seen more skillful midfielders. Football has seen more creative midfielders. Football has seen midfielders who scored more goals. But football has rarely seen a captain more respected than Bryan Robson. When teammates looked around during difficult moments, they saw him. When supporters needed belief, they saw him. When England and Manchester United needed a leader, they saw him. And that was enough. Football remembers great players. Football remembers great teams. Football remembers great moments. But football also remembers great leaders. Because leadership cannot be measured by goals. Leadership cannot be measured by trophies. Leadership cannot be measured by statistics. Leadership is measured by the people willing to follow you. And few footballers have ever inspired more people than Bryan Robson. That is why Bryan Robson will always remain a true footballing icon. Not because he was the most gifted player on the pitch. Not because he chased headlines. Not because he demanded attention. But because when his team needed someone to lead the way, Bryan Robson was always the first to step forward. And that is why football will always remember him as Captain Marvel. What is your favorite Bryan Robson memory?